It was very important for my father as a soldier in the war.
Some people have described him as a terrorist. What do you think of that?
I don't agree at all. I think my father was a soldier of the Israeli nation. And terrorism is something else. They fought for the nation of Israel and Jerusalem after the Holocaust, for all the refugees to have a place to live in.
These men and women believed in the gun as the solution to most problems, and that is a mindset that still divides the Jews in Israel. And that is, men and women believed in the gun as the solution to most problems, and that is a mindset that still divides the Jews in Israel profoundly.
Was your father proud of what he'd done?
I don't know if the word proud is a good word. My father was a very, very modest man, and he thought that what he did was right. A very, very modest man. I don't know if the word proud is a good word. My father was a very, very modest man, and he thought that what he did was right, was very sure of his way. But after Jerusalem was announced as the capital of Israel, he resigned of all political activities.
Are you proud of what he did?
I'm very proud of what he did. I think my father really gave his life for this country, not literally because he was alive till the age of 92 almost, but he gave up his career. He wanted to be an engineer. He wanted to do many things in his life, and he couldn't. All his life between the age of 18 and 30-something, he was in prison, he was fighting, he really gave his best years for this country.
Curiously, the legacy of Bernadotte, the legacy of the assassination, was that it spurred the Israelis to grab territory just in case the UN did try and enforce Bernadotte's plan, and to that extent, it fulfilled the goals that Lehi had, and had disastrous consequences for the Palestinians and for the Arabs.
How are the actions of people like Yehoshua Zettler seen now in Israel?
Israeli society is still profoundly divided by the political party lines that were evident during the formation of the state in 1948. For many years, the men and women of the underground of Lehi were basically outcasts in Israeli society. The Labour, socialist-dominated governments held them at arm's length. They were treated as dissidents, as wild men and women. After Menachem Begin came to power in 1978, their status transformed. Suddenly streets were named after the martyrs of Irgun and Lehi. These men became part of the establishment. Begin, Prime Minister, Yitzhak Shamir eventually became Prime Minister. They became heroes to many people, but not all Israelis. A very large body of the Israeli public, the members of the kibbutzim, the socialist movement, those on the left, regard these men still as fanatics, as dangerous wild men who were maximalists then, remain maximalists now, and represent the greatest obstacle within Israeli society to achieving peace, which requires compromise. These men could not compromise.
David Cesarani and Efrat Heyman recalling her father, Yehoshua Zettler, who's died aged 91. Just a reminder.
Nick Rodham about opera, cinema and aria, a portmanteau of short films that have been orchestrated by the producer Don Boyd. And two fans of Errol Flynn cross swords over their favourite movie by the famous swashbuckler.
Actress